Our next topic for this lesson is visualizing data. An important aspect of exploring data is to be able to represent the data visually. When data is represented visually, the underlying numbers and distribution become very easy to understand and differences become easy to spot. Not only that, as a data scientist, some complicated stuff may make sense to you, but not your audience, the people that you need to explain yourself to. So visualization is one of the best ways to do that. Plots in Python are very similar to those in any other paradigm of traditional marketing analytics. We can directly make use of our previous understanding of plots and use them in Python. Pandas supports inbuilt functions to visualize the data in them through the plot function. You can choose which ones are which via the kind parameter to the plot function. Some of the most commonly used ones, as used on sales.csv, are as follows. You can specify which values to pass as the x and y axis by specifying the column names as x and y in the data frames. So why don't we go and make another exercise to apply what we're talking about here? Please keep watching. Visualizing data with pandas. Now we're going to use the sales data frame and we will create visualizations to explore the distribution of the revenue KPI. We will look at how different order method types influence the revenue and how it varies compared to the planned revenue, quantity, and gross profit year on year. As always, first thing to do, importing pandas. I'm going to read the sales.csv file. Now I'm going to take the revenue field and plot its distribution with the KDE parameter as follows. Now we have this density plot, and next I will group the revenue by order method type and make a bar plot. So what I did here is I used the sales data frame, I grouped by the revenue by the order method type, and I got the sum of it, and I used a bar chart. Let's now group the columns by year and create box plots to get an idea on a relative scale. The plots convey the message we want to convey in a suitable way, but we don't have a lot of control over the plots because we are using pandas to figure things out for us. There are other ways to plot data which allow us to express data with more freedom. Let's look at them in this section. An important kind of plot that we missed before is the histogram. We can still pass the kind parameter as hist in the plot function, but instead of using default pandas to visualize it, another library called Seaborn is heavily used in Python. It provides a high-level API to easily generate top-quality plots used in a lot of domains, including statistics. You can change the environment from regular pandas matplotlib to Seaborn directly through the set function of Seaborn. Seaborn also supports a dist plot function, which plots the actual distribution of the pandas series passed to it, which means no longer worrying about binning and other issues. Let's see a demonstration of this next. I'm going to show you a very simple example of Seaborn visualization. We are going to create a histogram. First thing to do is importing Seaborn. Then we are going to use the distplot function. Get rid of any values, and here we are. So if you'd like to also get rid of this line that you see here, which is the distribution line, you need to set the KDE parameter as false. Right? Let's try it again. Now, as you see, we have the histogram without the distribution line. However, the actual power of Seaborn comes with using it for advanced features such as the pair plot API. You can go ahead and Google and learn more about Seaborn, but only for this demo, I think that's enough for now. Python's default visualization library is Matplotlib. Originally developed to bring visualization capabilities from the MATLAB academic tool into open source Python, Matplotlib provides low-level additional features that can be added to plots made from any other visualization library, because all of them, the ones used in Pandas and Seaborn, are built on top of it. To start using Matplotlib, we first import the Matplotlib pyplot object as PLT. This PLT object becomes the basis for generating figures in Matplotlib. Every time we want to change the plot we want to look at, we use classes defined on this PLT object and modify them for more and better data analysis. Some of the functions we can call on this PLT object for these options are as follows. These are functions that can be used on PLT. We can place a legend on the axis. We can add an axis to the current figure and make it current axis. Or we can set a title for the axis, for example.